It's been a rough week for the government. First off, the cost of borrowing rose to its highest level since 1998, surpassing those seen even under Liz Truss. It raises the question, which budget really crashed the economy? The mini one, which was swiftly reversed and from which we recovered? Or Reeves' debut, which has pushed yields higher than in the euro area, boosted inflation, slowed rate cuts and tanked business confidence? Amid the market turmoil, Reeves flew out to Beijing in a move dubbed by the Shadow Chancellor Mel Stride the Peking Duck. It's easy to criticise the government for cozying up to a communist regime, but China is the world's second biggest economy and Britain's fourth biggest trading partner, which makes it all the more dispiriting that the Chancellor managed to bring back just 600 million in deals from her trips, which, to put in context, could fund the NHS for just 28 hours. Hardly surprising then that questions are being asked about the Chancellor's future, with Star Sports even offering odds on her replacement. The Prime Minister has said Reeves is doing a fantastic job and commands his full confidence. But Starmer has a ruthless streak, and Reeves might consider asking Jeremy Corbyn, Diane Abbott or Sue Gray how much his word really means. As if all that wasn't bad enough, City Minister TuliIp Sidiq resigned following a corruption probe over her links to the deposed Bangladeshi regime led by her aunt. Let's be honest, most voters won't have heard of Sidiq and will consider this a row about a faraway country of which we know little. We should also be clear that the watchdog had said there was no breach of the ministerial code. But handing such an important job to someone whose family ties were a clear reputational risk does raise questions about the Prime Minister's judgment. Having run such a competent election campaign just 6 months ago, unforced errors like this make Labour look worryingly unprepared for government. Of course, none of this will matter at the next election if people are feeling better off. And though Reeves was dealt a slight reprieve by a drop in inflation and fall in gilt yields, figures today show that the economy grew by just 0.1% in November. And bearing in mind the population has grown, GDP per capita has actually fallen. Growth is this government's central promise. Without it, we will all be poorer. So unless we see some bold moves soon to turn business confidence around, this government will start to look, if not quite the wet lettuce it was under Liz Truss, then perhaps a wilting tulip.